Yo, guys, big up to you. I'm just trying to get things done. I just feel tired. So, big up to you. This is going to be an emergency stream, so let's get into it. So, I'm trying to get everything done. So, big up to everyone. So, this is going to be I wouldn't say an emergency meeting, but some shocking updates from Brazil. So, yeah, Felipe Luis, Flamengo's head coach or manager. We all know the former Atletico left back of everything has been sacked, and he's gone. He's gone. So yeah. So first, let me try to put this. Let me try to let's talk about it. I got some mixed up feelings, so I want people to join me. So we were about to do the Champions League reaction, but I'm gonna have to postpone that till next week. I mean, sorry, tomorrow instead of this today, just because Felipe Luis. This breaking news. So yeah, I'm doing this in English. And shoot, I forgot. I can't even do this. Ah, come on. Goal! Santos have actually equalized. Santos Laguna and Mexico have actually tied the game. No way. No bloody way. They let Santos Laguna actually score. So yeah. So yeah. It's confirmed. Felipe Luis, he is out after despite winning 8-0 yesterday against Malaga. They unfortunately he loses his job no matter what due to him not complying, due to him losing the Recopa and the Super Copa do Brazil all in 1 month. So yeah, we need many people to join. So yeah, first of all, like and subscribe. Join the stream, guys. We need people to join the stream as fast as we can. Come on. Don't look fraudulent like these frauds, bro. We need people to join. It's been 5 minutes and no one is. So yeah, it's complicated, bro. Everything is complicated. Hopefully YouTube does not act up. Twitter does not act up. So yeah, we need people to join the chat, bro. We need them to join the chat. So yeah, Leandro has been sacked. I'm sorry, Felipe Luis has been sacked, and now they're bringing in. So let's get into it because this belongs a lot of things on Twitter. So yeah, join me on the stream as I gotta charge up my phone and everything. I still gotta send people the link that I'm live. So yeah, Felipe Luis, he's gone. Let me pull this up, but let me bookmark some things. And apparently that even the wife of Felipe Luis has said that's kind of emotions, said all that. What else? There are rumors. It's about everything. A bunch of things that I retweeted. So a lot has gone down with Flamengo in the past few weeks. And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. After winning everything. So let me bookmark a few things and find something. And yeah, we need people to join the stream. Like, don't move fraudulent like these frauds. Like, it's so stupid. At least with everyone else, they do their thing exactly. So yeah, we need people to join in. And this could be one of the most horrible decisions. Come on, let's. And even Aldo Ferreira said something about this, bro. Let me just find this. Yeah, he's gone. Felipe Luis is gone. And yeah, and that's just a crazy part. Even though this could be a horrible decision if things do not fix up, bro. So we need people to join the stream. Join me. Oh shoot, I forgot to mention the smoking snake. Ah shoot. But yeah, he's been sacked. Why is no one joining the stream? Come on. We need everyone to join. Like, come on, join. So yeah. And this is Felipe Luis's message. Let me retweet that as well. Yeah, I haven't been posting a lot on Twitter, but yeah, after 18 months basically of the senior job, even though as at Flamengo, of course, we all know as a legend, he always loved the club, bro. And yeah, everything has just fallen off ever since. Yeah, and then here's the funny part. This happened immediately. I was taking the restroom, right? I was using the toilet, right? I have to bring that up. I was using the toilet, and then this news broke out. And I was like, holy moly. I was like, no way they sacked him. I was like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, we need more people to join me in the freaking comments. Come on, guys. Botafogo, full-time 1-1. Fair enough. But yeah, Felipe Luis has been sacked. He's been sacked. So yeah, it's about Felipe Luis. He's gone. And hopefully more people join the stream. So yeah. We need more people involved. Big up, Cooler. Absolute devastated. Big up to you, as I'm just getting started on this. Big up to you. I know you might be devastating. So, yeah, let me know if you want the link if you want to join in. Yes, what a performance from Barcelona. Yes, you almost did the impossible, and you were right. Even if you didn't got the win, you guys played really well. Barcelona, in my opinion, deserved more. But just imagine if you didn't lose 4-0 at the Metropolitano. But yeah, I feel bad for Rafinha. And sadly, no Brazilian player in the freaking Copa del Rey final besides that. So yeah, I shared the stream. Thanks, bro. Hi, Cooler. Mel, big up to you. So yeah, we'll talk about a little bit Barcelona. Yeah, the referee. I haven't even had time to watch the highlights because of this, because of everything that comes with Farah. But yeah, Atletico Madrid, they did it, and here's the link if anyone wants to join in. But yeah, big up Mel. I guess we can talk about the thing today. But yeah, Felipe Luis has been sacked. Big up, loser. So yeah, big up. You're new or Lewis. He said, all right. So let me try to pull up Twitter, bro. Hopefully this doesn't act up. Not Vasco, these scrubs, bro. But yeah. So big news. Well, technically too. We all knew this was coming. Vasco, they stacked in Denise, well, last week, right? Which we all knew it was gonna happen, right? Guess what? Oh, community. Wait, what's that? But yeah, so okay, but besides that, Felipe Luis had been sacked by Flamengo exactly 21 hours ago. And listen, I kind of knew this could be one of the options. Listen, Felipe Luis has been sacked. Don't quit. Don't question my handle. What? Almost PM at 5. If we keep a... Okay, man, I don't know about the UCL. Even though Atletico Madrid, they didn't attack too much, right? But this is a much better performance. I don't know about UCL title yet, but definitely a deep run. So yeah, Flamengo second, Philly, and let me dive into this congestion. Why did they sack them and all that? So okay, first of all, this means many factors, and I don't know if this is good or bad. Okay, so there's actually a true reason behind the Felipe Luis sacking. So yeah, Flamengo, they sacked Felipe Luis. He's no longer in office, obviously. This was his last press conference, basically. And was unaware that he was going to get sacked or not. And like, yeah, Felipe Luis. Well, we all know what happened on Thursday, right? That disaster class against Lennis, losing the final at home by Friday midnight is a disgrace. And like, things were getting worse. Flamengo have not been playing well despite coming from one of the best, if not the best season they'll ever have after doing the sextuple, kind of, winning 6 trophies in a row. Confused, we can... Hi, Luis. So the union, the owners, they are in the mud. And they're also making some stupid decision. Big up to you. You, Lewis. It's on and alt. Big up. You're still the same guy. Salute to you. And I mean, of course, you're in the chat. I'll drop the link again. But yeah, Manchester City, they do play tomorrow. Must-win game against Forest. But yeah, Felipe Luis has been sacked. He's been sacked. Here's the thing. What happened on Thursday was a disgrace. I get it. You lose to Lennox. You lose the Super Cup at home. I thought that was a disgrace. And now with this, there's been protests. There's been huge protests around the area. And the fans had enough and all that. The protest started and then building up between the weekends and all that, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Heading to the game yesterday, Flamengo won 8-0 in response after playing so bad. And let me try to find the post. How many trophies he has won. Okay, my bad. It's not even there. We were supposed to talk about the Champions League. But however it isn't. So I might have to go with Darren or Brazilian, what's this called? So yeah. Absolutely. Let me get to all your comments. Yeah, we will be there at the Wanda Metropolitano April 18th. Yep. Manchester City Arsenal. It's on a Saturday, right? So Manchester United Chelsea will be on a Sunday then. So all right, so let's see Darren. So yeah. After that loss against Lennis on Thursday. And then yesterday they played again. They win 8-0, right? So yeah. They win 8-0. And then ever since then, I mean, technically, yeah. So Felipe Luis, we all knew he basically played 101 games, 64 wins, 5 trophies. So basically 65 wins. Well, technically, not even 5 trophies. Technically 8 trophies. Okay, technically 7. If we're counting Copa do Brazil, he won everything. Literally, this dude basically has won everything, and they're dismissing him might actually be a mistake. Just because he might be playing bad, that doesn't mean it will mean that he is. I mean, I know he's been making some naive decisions, and I get it why, but there's something truth about this, and I know we exactly shouldn't be exactly. Literally won 8-0 last night. That could have exactly. That's the problem. And who knows? Maybe the team will wake up. And now with this sacking out of nowhere, I think it's going to be bad news. Basically, well, technically 11-0 on aggregate. Oh, and like, listen, the team played really awesome. A 10 out of 10 performance after that like bad few weeks where the team was not playing well, like especially against Lennis. Against this, so I want to see why teams. If he was gonna get, and this guy says if he was gonna get, it was already the president's plans. Yes, that's the problem. But unfortunately, there's a problem. It's not because he wanted to leave the fans. It's not even because of the fans. Before I read this cooler, if we make the final buy, which is unlikely, Madrid's defense is horrible. Teams like will tear them apart. Exactly. Absolutely, because no El Clasico. And even though you guys got the easier bracket, but this is. And listen, we were about to do a Champions League reaction today, but I have to do that tomorrow. Now because of this, because of Felipe Luis getting sacked, has to be addressed. And here's the thing: there's the pres. This was basically, so basically there was a recent president election, and Flamengo's new president that was elected at the end of 2025 after I believe a 4-year cycle similar to the presidential election, which clubs have that. So I think his name is Benito something. Basically they got him right. Basically he was they didn't hire him, they elected him as the top like level guy basically of the club basically at the highest level basically. And then what he was saying that it wasn't even in his plans. They wanted to move him on, and since that old guy, I forgot his name, you know, lost the re-election or he didn't rerun again, and then the guy took over, and then yes, he won. I think he got there like October something, September, I forgot. He wanted to sack him real badly, but he couldn't because they basically won everything. He won the Brazilian Championship, aka the Brazilian League, Copa Libertadores, 3 big trophies, trying to go toe to toe with PSG, so they couldn't. Madrid fans, yeah, I mean, and about Real Madrid, even those standards are not even as high as Flamengo at this point. They shouldn't be talking, especially this guy Guti. Do you want to see the post cooler before I show you the another Flamengo post? That's true. Beating Albacete isn't for everyone. And Real Madrid fans are absolutely shameless. Even though you do want Sociedad to beat Atletico, right? Still, right? So they could still go trophyless, right? You want like this fraud, Guti. Well, big up to him, but still, you want to know something? This guy has to be the most shameless guy on Twitter. Look at this. He's celebrating this shamelessly, even though I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Look at this. He's even celebrating injuries. Look, Guti is celebrating injuries. Like, you can't be doing this. And he doesn't follow me back, by the way. Rodrigo just got injured, which I forgot I mentioned. Like, why do this? Why Guti? Guti is so shameless, bro. Look at this. Even shouldn't have liked it, but at this point, yeah, he's just getting criticized, bro. Look at this. Funny and well, guess what? Real Madrid are likely going out. Shout out all. I like good DJ. Yeah, big up to him on Twitter. Named after the player. Well, Raphael is basically the real name. Yeah, his name is Guti. Can you say Guti? He's so shameless. He's basically one of the most shameless Real Madrid. He might be more shameless than Will. I'm not gonna lie. He's just even though I can't go further because of copyright. I don't want to get YouTube striked and like all that. I hate YouTube strikes, bro. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And Guti, he's absolutely shameless. Look at this, bro. Just why? What is Guti doing, bro? So yeah, big ups not coincidental, but yeah, what is Guti doing, bro? He is so shameless, bro. Don't have any respect. It's a joke. And at least with Felipe Luis, who knows? This could have kicked off the real era. Maybe it was just a bad few weeks, and now they decide to sack him. And I think that president, he's not doing a great job. He might be making a big mistake. Who so exactly? It's so shameless. I hope they get well. Prayers to all the injuries, bro. Yes, I'm the real go. Guti. No offense, you're not good enough. Yeah, you need to chill out a bit. Like, would you even stand in the real world? But yeah. But anyways, with Felipe Luis, like I said, even though I might have to go to the Brazil post, I might have to go to the Jogo Bonito account guy. Where is it? Come on. Am I not gonna find it? Hold on, I'm just trying to find this guy again. That's Jogo Bonito. Now I just have to put Brazil. All talks Brazil or Selection Brazil. Let me find them. Just two of them, all Selection. I don't know if he said it. Let me check. But yeah, Rodrigo, he's gone. And then even he just says as a Neymar fan watching Yamal. Big up. Oh, nice. Absolutely. Facts. You'll like this. Absolutely. Because these guys are the two greatest talents, bro, as we're watching, bro. Absolutely. Because it was so close. 4-3. The difference is you got smashed up in the first leg and the second leg. They just accept the 3-0. Whatever it takes, they'll take it. Will these guys show up the same energy against Sociedad? I swear to God. If they allow Sociedad, who basically are accused to be Madrid puppets, Real Madrid puppets, need to be slapped in the face because you can't have them win this trophy. Atletico, they have to win this trophy, in my opinion. They have to prove it. They have everyone. Like, fair play to Atletico Madrid. They brought in more millions of dollars. They did brought in Lookman, Julian Alvarez, good players. And they're starting to perform well. Julian Alvarez's confidence is back. So I think it could happen. I think this is Atletico to lose, in my opinion. So yeah. Big up to all things Brazil. But yeah. Let's see where else did he says. I don't know if he said anything. Oh yeah, of course we were in this tweet earlier. Technically it was like I said, technically it's 8 trophies. Let's see. This is the worst football. But yeah, I think this decision, it's 7 trophies technically. It was 7 trophies. I don't know if they have all the images of Felipe Luis with all 7 trophies. Nah, I freaking don't want to open up Google. It's just so annoying. But yeah, there was a protest exactly. The accountability as we saw the protest building up. So big up to all things Brazil as we're seeing. But yeah, Pro Brazil stuff, yep. We're yeah, it is, bro, because the last 2 years. I mean, we saw that in 2024, the Mallorca versus Bilbao, which we all know Bilbao won on pens, bro. Had to go into extra time. But yeah, we're. Let me see. I might have to try to find. Let's see. Followed by. Oh, Jorge Bonito. Where's that? Some of these guys don't follow back, bro. I swear to God. Some of these guys don't check back and they don't follow you back. Where is it? Where is that Drogo Bonita account? Where is it? There. Where is that Drogo Bonita? Where is it? Is that red and blue? Oh no, that's just. Hold on, I'm trying to find Drogo Bonita. Okay, there it is. This is the guy. Oh, starts with G. No, I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Copyright sucks, bro. Yeah, exactly. An 8-0 win. But yeah, basically he won 7 trophies. Oh shoot, Cruz Azul, I think they take back the lead. Yes, they do. 2-1 in that game. Cruz Azul 2-1. Fair enough. Yeah, I think Cruz Azul were gonna come back in here. What an open play goal. But yeah, but still, I think it's Rotondi. He puts it in as always. But anyways, but yeah. Last season, Flamengo, I mean, they technically won 6 trophies. They won the Brazilian League, of course, and the Copa Libertadores, which is the equivalent of the Champions League, of course, in South America. Don't forget, he won the Super Cup to Brazil against Botafogo last year. From last season, basically. Because Botafogo won the league, Flamengo won the Copa do Brazil. And then, of course, yes, I know he lost the Club World Cup. Atlético Mineiro does get revenge in the Copa do Brazil round of 16 last year. On pens of a 1-1 draw in aggregate. But yeah. And then, like, don't forget, he also won the 2 trophies in the Intercontinental Cup tournament itself, the Derbies do America and FIFA Challenger Cup. Some people want to debate that if that's Mickey Mouse or not. I don't know how to tell you, but it's just FIFA. But yeah, he basically won 7 trophies, but 6 trophies. Almost done the upset against PSG. Let's not forget. Flamengo went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the world. And one of the best teams in history, even though PSG kind of slowed down. PSG, they of course we all know goes. Oh shoot, Guti, he's speaking right now. No, let's see what I don't know if I could. I don't know if he's there. But even though this wasn't meant to talk about Guti, we'll do football Twitter some other day. Honestly, fully. But yeah, with Felipe Luis, he basically won 7 trophies. Like I said, technically 8 with the U20 trophy in October. August of 2024 against Olympiacos of a 1-0 win. I think it was 2-1 or 1-0. I forgot the scoreline. But yeah, and now that President Flamengo, ever since he's been in, he wants to sack Felipe Luis, and then he showed his true colors. And now look at this. And this is what's Felipe Luis's response. Let me put the link again for you guys, whoever wants to join the stream. If you want, yeah, we could also still talk about Barcelona and revenge. Yeah, absolutely, so much. Yeah, and it's the same thing. At least you played her. And look at this. Yeah, and they lose 5-1, which all the Chelsea fans were, not the Real Madrid fans, all the Chelsea fans were also saying Remontada Madrid. And look at this. And by the way, don't forget Chelsea. They are Arsenal's little bitch, whether you like it or not. because Arsenal owns Chelsea in the London derbies. Same with Spurs, of course. They own their two biggest rivals back-to-back weekends, whether you like Arsenal or not. But they can't even chat to that. Oh, but we have more European trophies given. Club World Cup. True, they may have won it all, but they still have less trophies. Why does no one talks about Sevilla game? The derby? The Real Betis Sevilla derby back on Sunday? Dude, that was crazy. It was a 2-2 draw. Sevilla came back. Real Betis bottled it. I even tweeted out something. I tweeted out saying, how did Sevilla or Real Betis bottle it? That was my thoughts. How did Bilbao? No, sorry. How did Real Betis bottle the game against Sevilla in the derby? Because they were 2-0 up in the first half. Anthony Fidalgo, Mexico, Spain, and Brazil pried together. And then they capitulated. They let Alexis Sanchez score an open play banger to equalize or come back. They let him do that. Instead of holding on, these guys. So, yeah. Besides that, this is what Felipe Luis, he says, farewell. According to Planeta Football, says, I cannot help you. Thank you for the opportunities to say goodbye to you all today. More than a farewell of demonstration, respect, and unity, I will carry you for the rest of my life. You turned a difficult moment to something unforgettable. Every hug and every word. Great show of our work beyond our four lines. We built something real. Football made everything Flamengo. So, roll Rojinegro. So, yeah. So, no matter the problems where they're at, he'll be there no matter what. I mean, he'll be no matter what. So, yeah, and I understand because there's still, so much problems. Like, you just took in Flamengo from, a boring Titi style ball. Even though they won 2 trophies last year. One with Titi. You finished Titi's job to finish Copa do Brazil, and it worked. You basically won everything this year. I mean, and then last year you went on a run to do this. Absolutely. All right. Yeah, we'll be here for the next 30 minutes anyways. So good luck. But yeah, what else would you want to say about this Felipe Luis sacking? It's going to mean a couple things, bro. But yeah, I know that, of course, that President Flamengo wanted to sack you for a while, but now since you're not playing well, and unfortunately, due to I know things were not going well, and I know some of the fans are unhappy you lost the Recopa. Honestly, I don't think Flamengo will end up like 2023 because they did something similar. They apparently sacked Jorge Jesus, apparently. Somehow, I think, and then he moved on. They moved them on, and then Flamengo looked crap for the rest of the season. So before I talk about Leandro, who's going to be the new manager for Flamengo, the new manager for Flamengo, do I think this was the right time? Well, even though there was... So let's not forget, back in December of last year, before 48 hours before the year ended, right? We did a live stream on the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, about Flamengo and Felipe Luis, about what did he did this year. What did he did in the year 2020? What did he did in the year 2025? As we complicated many things, right? When 6 trophies. I don't know if Flamengo has that picture of 6 trophies. But yeah. But of course the big Copa Libertadores. But yeah, this is exactly. And I know he wasn't playing well. And this guy says I can see Felipe Luis absolutely. And yes, and let's see what he does in Europe. I know Felipe Luis is a mixed up of everything else, bro. 2008. Jesus, 18 years, bro. So we'll see what happens, but anything is possible. And there are rumors that Clear Lake Basically, what happened in December 2025, my bad. Flamengo after losing the tie against PSG in the Intercontinental Cup after having the long season, basically. Basically, they're saying that Chelsea, Clear Lake Capital, Chelsea were involved to trying to get him. With back in December, which the end of December, before New Year's Day, after Christmas, like 48 to 72 hours from the New Year's, right? From 2026, right? Before we enter this World Cup year, which it has been horrible, because I need to do an emergency meeting as soon as possible due to what's going on with Iran. Like I said, Felipe Luis, after losing the Intercontinental Cup final, back at Chelsea, the Club World Cup champions, and shit, I gotta charge up my computer. Uh-huh. Damn it, I have to go downstairs. Come on. So I got 2 minutes to explain myself. I hate low battery, bro. It's so annoying. Listen. Well, when the Chelsea Enzo Maresca drama was happening, then before they sacked him, bring in Liam Rossigna, who they play against Aston Villa tomorrow. When this was happening, they thought Felipe Luis would be one of the options, but apparently there was intervention in Blue Cone Clear Lake, and they were threatened to let him go, or he wasn't going to renew the contract, whether or not he was going to stay Flamengo, or should they just bring in someone else? As basically what I want to say. You're basically on good form as manager, but then who knows? It could just be one season wonder, and if that happens, even though I think Felipe Luis, I don't know. I mean, okay, maybe they probably wouldn't look as good. And it's a lot of aspect about Flamengo, of course, right now. I mean, for a while, but about the standards of the club, who will be coaching and all that. But if you prefer the same guy who just won you everything, but somehow there's either solution. You'll see a slight drop off maybe, or we could still win a few trophies, but not as much. Retain one of these trophies and maybe fight the another thing. Or a downfall happens out of nowhere. And they probably should move on and get another cool manager just to keep that dynasty going. Because I know the Flamengo fans. If I was Flamenguista at heart, I probably will want to see a dynasty. You want to see your team to lift off trophies. Lucas Paquetá, he wants to win trophies after coming back home from Europe at the age of 29 because West Ham are done, bro. And since then, he hasn't won a trophy. And sadly, what happened on Thursday was absolutely disgraceful. And now, what happened on Thursday, I know it could never be changed because the problem is you lost the Recopa in front of the home fans and you had the home advantage. And I get it, no open play goals is an absolute joke. But you have to get into account to see what happens. But do you think this is even the right choice? Because in my opinion, I don't know. If this does not help, if this doesn't help, and if this determined to fail, then this might just be a bad idea. If nothing changes, okay, maybe things don't get worse, but things do not get better, then what's the point then? So yeah, Felipe Luis. What I know a lot of people are more so at the club. So yeah, Like, what's going on in Real Madrid is an absolutely clown mess. Same thing with Chelsea with Clear Lake Capital, right? Just bad ownership. One that has to deal with politics, but mostly so just clown shows that come with it. Nothing political, but just not the well. But yeah, they're saying that the Blue Coat. They saying they were gonna train with Chelsea about a year. So it's false. I mean, I think so. They're saying that Chelsea were into it, like even on the 4th of January, when Enzo Maresca was sacked, which we all know, as Chelsea's head coach, after his biggest win against PSG, as well as some big wins against Barcelona, getting a 1-1 draw against Arsenal, despite being down to 10 men for for 2.5 for 1.5 game of the game. Well, Caicedo got sent off to 36, man. So for like 60 minutes, basically, right? And then some big results before Chelsea's December start to kick in and all that. And a lot of fans were laughing. As Flamengo, everyone was taken on vacation. And then, like I said, Flamengo, everyone was on vacation after that Intercontinental Cup final. Even though they could have basically done the 7 trophy. They could have won 9 trophies at a world record. They could have done 9 trophies. They could have somehow win the Club World Cup, somehow gone the Intercontinental Cup, and who knows. And if they did that, bro, this would just be the world's greatest team of all time, maybe. But 6 out of 9 is pretty good, honestly. But they could have done at least 7. They were so close. Going toe-to-toe, one of the best teams in the world, PSG. Possibly one of the best teams of the world of all time, even though that PSG has gotten weaker, disintegrated. The levels have dropped. But now Flamengo, but yeah. A lot of people were demanding Arthur Jorge to come in. And I thought he could be because Arthur Jorge, we all saw what he saw against Botafogo. I don't know why they let him go. I don't know why he left, and I forgot why he left. But yeah. And then this is just all news. But yeah. After winning that Copa Libertadores, basically, this is when the tears when he won his first Copa Libertadores as manager. I mean, he has already won it twice as a player in 2019 and 2022, and again in 2025 as manager. And ever since then, and this is gonna be the up run, bro, of the coolness, basically. Even Aldo Ferreira at Palmeiras, for example, even though he is also at a final, even he came out and said something. He said, "I wasn't fired because of our president know what she wants." And even though the standards of Palmeiras is a bit different with Flamengo, Palmeiras, I'm trying my best to explain. Big up to Tactical Manager TV as well. He made a video about this. But at Palmeiras, yes, they just came from like a disappointing season. I wouldn't say a bad season, honestly. Yes, a season disappointment. You didn't win any trophies. Same thing with like Inter Milan, of course. But it is kind of like the worst season like a while. But still, like they decided to keep him. And I know a lot of fans wanted him out, but they decided to keep him. They were saying fuera Aldo Ferreira. But yeah, it looks like they decided to keep him for until 2027. They decided to back him. And yes, Palmeiras, they basically only won 1 trophy in 2024, the Paulistão. Last year they win absolutely nothing. Nothing. But here's the thing. They were kind of close. They did have to finish second. In 2024, my bad. It was because of Botafogo was in their way. And then Flamengo came back, and then Flamengo stopped them on winning everything. Okay, not the Copa do Brazil and Paulista. And like I said, Palmeiras, they still had a good season. Victor Roque and all that. But I think they're going to bounce back. And I think since they're in the final of Paulistão, it's likely they're going to win that, especially no Corinthians. I mean, unless Neva does a surprise something, we don't know. But Palmeiras, they're likely to win their first trophy in 24 months. Because they only won the Paulistone, they won basically nothing outside of it. And then for the second year in a row, they've won nothing outside of it. They made it to the quarterfinals of the Club World Cup. They gave Chelsea a great game. Even though they lost, Flamengo were the team that beat Chelsea. But yeah, what happened is just insane, bro. Am I supposed to be surprised? Not really. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But even Aldo Ferreira has been surprised that they decided to keep him. Here's the thing: he finished basically second place, not because it's bad. I mean, just Flamengo, Felipe Luis just outcoached him, just outplayed him. And yeah, it looks like he's still staying for Paul Mann as manager, head coach. He's been there since 2019. He's still not late. He's still not going there. Felipe Luis has been there in 18 months and has done a lot. And listen, just because so anything could happen. What this means for Felipe Luis, before the Flamengo fans out, for Felipe Luis, he could just maybe take a break, stop practice before going to Europe. He's probably going to wait for a European club to hire him. We all know the Atletico Madrid rumors. It's kind of true because he is in Atletico Madrid at heart because he's there. You're back, welcome. But yeah, Luis, by the way, yeah, the same lady, even though Felipe Luis, bro, the last name. Um, we'll see what happens because Felipe Luis, I thought he did a great journey. Maybe this was the right time, even though maybe it was a lot better to, if they were going to sack him, a better result, I would say, if they win that Recopa. I mean, they probably would have keeping him. If they won that Recopa, even if they scuffbagged it away, I mean, they probably would have sacked him either way. So yeah, again, more people to join me in the chat. So yeah, big up to the people on Twitter. Join me in the chat if you don't mind. Like a lot of people on Twitter just doesn't join on the chat. So yeah, he visited the memorial that happened in 2019. Eugene. But yeah, and he's a bit saddened. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But for Felipe Luis, this is just the beginning of the era of his career as manager, as a football player. So one of the best left backs, Brazil, yes, winning that Copa America in 2019. That's why I have a couple of profile pictures of him. So yeah. But what does this mean for Flamengo? Let's see. So they're trying to get a guy named Leandro. Let me go out there. Big up to the Dasby or Derek, basically. So yeah, Leandro. So according to Fabrizio Romano, it was confirmed today at 6:49 a.m. So basically, half an hour before I woke up, or a couple minutes before I woke up, at 7 o'clock for work. Before I woke up, this happened. Leandro Jardim has agreed terms to become Flamengo's new manager. Here we go. Doing sales until June of 2027. Oh, until June? I'm surprised. I thought it was December. So it looks like he's going to take over. Let's see how he performs, like he says. So who is Leandro? And I'm going to explain about Leandro. But yeah, let's see what he does, bro. So big up to this guy. He summed it up all right. So big up to Leandro. So who is Leandro? So if you don't know who's Leandro Jardim, funny enough, he's actually not even Brazilian. He's basically the Portuguese version of Zidane. I'm not gonna lie, bro. This looks like Zidane, which we all thought that Real Madrid would probably get him, probably at Mbappe's request. But we all know Zinedine Zidane. He wants the France job, but he's probably gonna have to wait till the World Cup. So even though Real Madrid probably, Even if they were knocking on the door, they'll probably be waiting. I don't know what he's doing. But this guy, well, like Zinedine Zidane. And I mean, the difference is Zidane, I know it's more like brotherhood, like tactics, freedom. With Leandro, there is a policy for sure. And with Leandro, basically, and here's the funny part about Leandro. Nothing against him. Before I explain about the another thing, Leandro Leandro he's actually born in a city called he was born in a city called Barcelona in Venezuela. Yes, I'm not kidding. There's a city in Venezuela. In Barcelona. Yeah, Bill Ballard, crap, bro. But yeah, Cooler. Funny enough, this guy was born in a city called Barcelona in Venezuela. Born to Portuguese parents, and then by like 13 or 14, right? I mean, he moved to Portugal at such a young age. I forgot his professional career, but this is what he managed, bro. Ever since he left Venezuela, or like he slowed after he like retired, I forgot what was he doing. I forgot which club he played in Portugal. But yeah, major honors. He, funny enough, I think he might have coached Mbappe at a young age at Monaco before he went to PSG. He won League One, Ligue 1, almost 9 years ago. He won the Champions League with Al Ahly, won the UAE Pro League with Al Ain, which I heard of in 2023. And yeah, he managed Monaco, Sporting, Lisbon, Braga, Olympiacos, Al Ahly, and now recently he just coached Cruzeiro, which finished third place last year. Which let me pull it up. So yeah, he finished. So listen, against Cruzeiro, he finished third basically, which was an excellent result. Which was an absolute shock. Which was, I mean, not shocking. This is a surprise. By the way, the Mineiro Derby is next week. I forgot to tell you this. And guess who? Guess it's a one-legged game. Cruzeiro hosts the final, which we might be there. Is it on Sunday? Are some of these games at the same time as each other? Like, why? Like, why does the CB does this, bro? Why? And then I might move this back. But yeah, Cruzeiro, Atletico Mineiro, and then they got play Flamengo coming soon. So Leandro will be playing against his former club already. And listen, all right. So Leandro basically finished third. It was an awesome season for Cruzeiro because Cruzeiro in 2024 were absolutely dog water. But last year, they were phenomenal, bro. Cruzeiro played some brilliant football. Cal Jardim. I know it didn't work out with Gabriel Barbosa. He's basically, I mean, I know he's more of a defensive kind of manager, but does allow some fluidity of the attack. And I know I'm not, like, tactically fully aware to explain. I mean, I'm trying to understand tactics. But yeah, Leandro, I mean, here's the thing. Leandro, he was basically managing this team from February of last year until December 15th or 16th. And then Leandro stayed for the whole season. He signed until like 2027. And then Leandro resigned somehow due to health concerns and all that. He resigned, left after a Monaco for Cruzeiro. Cruzeiro finished third in the table last year. Hold on, I'm talking about last year. Where is it last year? Can I not go to last year? Come on. But yeah, Cruzeiro's last game, I know things were not going well. And then at the end, I know things were not going well. Cruzeiro's last win in the Brazilian League was actually against Corinthians. That was the last win and last major win. Was the 3-0 on November 23rd. And then they drew every single game. They bought a game against Botafogo. They lost 3-0. Santos, they beat Corinthians away, but the first leg they lost. And then they bottled the penalty shootout of Gabriel Barbosa. Could have killed him, but he couldn't. And then Cruzeiro was, that's where things. And then Leandro just got stressed out. And he got sacked. And that was the last game. Lost to Copa do Brazil semifinals. And but still, what a wonderful season, bro. They finished third. They could have finished second, in my opinion. They were competing for the title for a bit. Only 9 points behind Flamengo. It's not too bad, bro. Teams of Mirassol and all that. I thought Cruzeiro, what they have done phenomenal, bro. They great goal difference and all that. I know they've been inconsistent at times, but what a season, bro. With Leandro, I think since he's going at Flamengo, he's going to have the bigger players. I think it should do better. Leandro, I think he should probably cook with this team. Let's see what he does, but guess what? Since Felipe Luis has gotten them to another drop to the final, let's see what happens. Because I'm one of the people that follow Flamengo closely. Because in my opinion, people are only hearing about Felipe Luis when he does something big, but they don't watch him what he does during the process, like me. Do I feel bad for Felipe Luis? Yeah, kind of, because even he was promoting his own stuff as well. So yeah. And Cruzeiro, they had a great season. So besides them losing against Santos, against Neymar's team, and Neymar, I think, got an assist. But yeah, these were the results, bro. I know they slowed down, but they were on fire, bro, in the summer and spring of last year, bro. Even in parts of the fall, 0-0 draw against Palmeiras, 1-1 draw for Atletico, got 0-0 draw against Flamengo. They did have a fluke game against Vasco, beating them in the cup and all that. Beating Sao Paulo, beating Internacional, beating basically everyone, I would say. Palmeiras, they beat them. They beat Fluminense away. They had the break in the Club World Cup. So Cruzeiro played pretty well, I would say. And then, yes, they did lose the Mineiro Cup to semis. Wasn't America? Yeah, on Penn, sadly. But yeah, Cruzeiro had a wonderful season. Big up. As compared to last season, this was ass, bro. They did beat 1-0 somehow. But yeah, this was it. So Cruzeiro, they've been pretty good in the big games, bro. I mean, yes, away from home, they're likely to draw teams like Flamengo, Fluminense, Cruzeiro, Corinthians, and then they'll win at home, basically. They'll basically win at home, bro. They did lose to Santos back-to-back, Neymar. 2-1 at home and 3-0 away. But Cruzeiro's record in big games has been pretty good against every opposition. Whether it's Sao Paulo, Palmeiras, Cruzeiro, Flamengo, they turned up. Fluminense, and of course they did. So basically, they won almost every battle. Yeah, by not losing to a single G12 team, beating Grêmio away was huge. Bahia, I think, as well, coming back like 2-1 or something, or 3-2. The Foxes have played some pretty good football. If Leandro gets this right, if Leandro gets this right, he might actually cook this team. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to like hype, but if he does, we'll see what happens. But yeah. Yeah, this is why things have been absolutely mad. And now with this, We don't know what happens next, bro. But Leandro, he could actually cook, bro. But yeah, what are your thoughts, guys? He's basically more defensive whenever he wants to play for 0-0 draw. Against Palmeiras, Flamengo, of course he does that time. Not Leo Jorginho. Not Leo Jorginho. But yeah, let's see what happens. I know Arthur Jorge, in my opinion, should be the best guy, bro. So yeah, you should be at the Sharks tanks. What? Big up to you, Moss. Salute to you. Even though your moderation is gone, YouTube has taken away. Well, yeah. What are your thoughts, Flamengo? Felipe Luis, he's gone. Leandro will be replacing him. And guess what? I need to retweet this. I need to repost this. Flamengo fans who traveled from Boa Vista to Rio de Janeiro on the same flight as Leandro Jardim is excited told me. So yeah, let's see how he does, bro. Cause it's gonna come with big responsibilities. He knows like the pressure. So yeah, I thought Arthur Jorge probably would have cooked at this team, bro. Just imagine, bro. Just like how Botafogo were broadcasting 3 games. But yeah, how are the Sharks doing? Oh my bad, didn't repost this. What the hell, Flamengo? Yeah, they sacked him after the pressure on Thursday. Let's see if Leandro could do this. But yeah, this was the report. So we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. Leandro, he could get a surprise. So we'll never know. Let's see if Leandro cooks, bro. No. But yeah. Are you subscribed to Flamengo TV, Moss? The one that I send you, I think, highlights. If not, I forgot to send it to you. But yeah, let's not forget. Like I said, Leandro. Yeah, it's game con. Yeah, that's true for the men's final. Cruzeiro home. Botafogo. Well, bus means that. Well, you're lit. Well, technically it's away, but it's nearby. It's a city derby, just cross town ride. These are the fixtures that is coming up for Leandro. Yeah, I guess. Come on, Sharks. Yeah, what's the score line? Because I know I tend to be a Sharks fan, but I forgot to check some of these results just because I don't have NHL Plus or ABC's not broadcasting the games. How's Mark doing? Let me see before we talk about Leandro. All right, let's see. Oh, come on. Why are we losing 1-0 to the freaking Montreal Canal? No. Who scored that goal? Who was not marking him? Let me know when he's. Come on, Sharks. Like, I need that remontada back. Come on. We need the Florida Panthers tears. And the Lightning are losing as well. God damn it. Both of us are losing. What a joke. But anyways, for Leandro, you want to hear about Leandro's responsibility? It's in Canada. It was really show, really. But yeah, are you subscribed to Flamengo TV, Moss? If not, I'll send you on IG, Instagram, in case this doesn't work. But yeah, Fluminense, the final, which is at the Maracanã. Fluminense is declared the home team, so we all know. Fla-Flu, Cruzeiro at home, Botafogo, just a quick bus ride away. And again, to play them, Anil dos Santos, another matchup between Botafogo and Flamengo after a month. Reno at home, Corinthians, that's a big one. His real big test, well, technically he's on Sunday, but his next real test is Corinthians. Oh, shoot, they got visit Bragantino? They're in the window? Did they fix up Sunday fixtures? I'm going to have to check it. Santos, that's the big one. Well, even though Santos maybe not what they used to be, it's because it's Neymar. And now Neymar Santos, guess what? On I'm assuming this game is on April 5th, unless they changed it. That game, Santos, bro. Neymar Santos. You could watch Neymar for free as long as he doesn't get injured or his coach or his manager doesn't leave him off the starting 11. You guys could watch Neymar on that day for free on YouTube. On Flamengo TV, you could watch Neymar for free. We will be here for a live watch along. As long as I'm not going on vacation, even though my mom wants me to go for, I don't know about that. I'm gonna have to do an explanation soon. So Neymar Santos, yes, which hopefully millions of people. I do expect hundreds of thousands of people to watch that day, to watch Neymar. And then Fluminense in the derby again in the league at home. Bahia at home. Atletico Mineiro is going to be a tough one, but Leandro, he does have Atletico's number. I mean, he did lost 2-0 the first game, but that was because they got red card. Vasco in the Clásico in May. Grêmio and Porto Alegre away. That's going to be hard. Let's go Paranense away. Palmeiras, that's going to be the big one. That's going to be the biggest one. And then Christmas break. World Cup in between. Kovici. So let's just check the fixtures because we're yet to get the Copa Libertadores draw. I see Barcelona are going out. Who knows? Because Leandro's schedule could be. This is what the schedule could look like for Leandro's Flamengo. Too busy rolling. But yeah, Neymar Santos, that's going to be a big one. So let's go back to Flop Mob. Let's go Flamengo schedule. So this is what things are confirmed right now. So as we go on international break soon. So after losing that Sally Recopa, this is the schedule. It's going to look tight. So after winning 8-0 after losing to Lennis, they basically will be playing Fluminense in the derby, in the Clásico. Come on. Look at this, Moss, if you're there. What? Don't tell me it's 2-0. You gotta be kidding me. But first, I want to show you this. Fluminense in the derby. You got Fluminense in the final, the Carioca final. Leandro is going to have to get a masterclass already on the first day, such as the video wants to prove. This is why everyone has to guy Felipe, which y'all know Lucas Paqueta wants that trophy. Flamengo Cruzeiro. He's going against his former club. Next week, we will be here for a watch along, which, funny enough, this is going to be the same day as PSG Chelsea and Real Madrid Man City. So Wednesday, March 11th, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be big. Botafogo in the derby on Saturday. Reno at home. But Corinthians, that's the big one. And then some players will be back on April the 1st. So we don't even know Carlo Ancelotti's squad just yet. So it should be announced into the next week. Maybe the next week and a half. Because I need to start doing previews. I'm sadly not going to the games in March. I just wish I got rich, bro, in time. And this is the big one. Flamengo Santos. I think this game is yet to be confirmed yet. These two games are yet to be confirmed. But yeah, Flamengo Corinthians, 4:30 p.m. That's going to be like the last one. As Palmeiras play São Paulo. So two big games. Clásico Nacional. This is where Neymar is going to play. So yeah, Leandro. And here's the thing. Don't forget, we got Copa Libertadores action. Some Copa Libertadores action in the middle. For example, there's probably going to be a Copa Libertadores game in the middle. And then Flamengo will play Fluminense again in the derby. Again, they will meet. Who knows? There could be a Brazilian clash. We'll find out by the Copa Libertadores draw. Yeah, you're going live, Moss, right? Are you? Before I send you the highlights on IG. Unless if I already send it to you. But yeah, Flamengo Bahia have another Copa Libertadores game in between. Because there's gonna be some midweek fixtures. I like to go Flamengo Vasco, Clásico dos Millones, that's the big one. Grêmio Flamengo, and then the big one against Palmeiras. Oh shoot, then we might actually have another game on May the 31st before we go for the World Cup, and then we'll take a break. Well, who knows about the World Cup champions? And that last game is against Corinthians. Way the first half. Flamengo, Sao Paulo. So yeah, so far in these first 3 games, Flamengo. Well, they still got an extra game against Mirassol. They're gonna have to win everything. They got some tough games. And they should be winning all this if they want to win the title again. They're gonna have to win everything. Leandro needs that masterclass, even though Arthur Jorge is like the best idea, bro. Anything is possible, but he's gonna have to prove it because you got some new fans, not only from from Latin America, the Spanish speaking part of the Americas, wanted to watch you, and as well as the you also have some new fans from all over the world, especially from Europe. They want to get to know you, so you have to have a master class. If they don't, this will be a failure. So we'll see. If Leandro has a master class on Sunday, he might just be the right man for the guy. You need the. So we'll see what happens. But Felipe Luis, I think things need to be way better. I think it. Then yeah. Yeah, I'll send you the highlights. Unless you already watched that now. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week this week and tomorrow. But yeah. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Leandro, who knows? Because Flamengo, in my opinion, if they determine to be the Real Madrid of Brazil, of the Americas, to make a statement as the club of against Europe around the world, the biggest non-European club in the world, they have to show everything. They have to keep those standards high. Everyone has to keep playing well, play some amazing football, cook, and who knows, Leandro, if he gets things right on Sunday, I mean, yes, there's probably some fluke games. The mentality has to be there, and yeah, he has to win trophies. And he could win one this Sunday. So yeah, it looks like immediately. So it looks like they should announce him by tomorrow. Has Flamengo announced Leandro yet? So yeah, this is Flamengo's fixtures in the coming weeks to months, especially heading to the World Cup. So yeah, Sharks power play. Okay, who is it against? Nice. Can we get an opportunity? Can we get a goal? That's what I see, even if it's not from open play. So, okay, come on. But we'll see. But Leandro, let's see if he does the responsibility. Big up to P. I need to follow him back. Big up to him. And big up to both PSG and Flamengo, the Intercontinental Cup. I know the levels have dropped off since the event, but these are still two great, awesome teams, bro. All right, so Flamengo, I don't think they have announced anything as of right now. Let's see. I mean, I could go to the English account. Just 6 hours ago, about their next home game they're announced. The Spanish account, they haven't said anything since. But yeah, thank you, Felipe Luis. But yeah, everyone's saying exactly. So we'll see what happens. But that's just crazy to me. Some Brazilian clubs, that's just crazy with these decisions. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna have to prove everything right. Leandro, I'm not surprised. But banning Russia is perfectly fine. Seems hypocrisy, absolutely. FIFA is a joke, bro. I'm not surprised. Yep, it never gets old. Yep. Big up to Mike. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with Leandro. Let's see what people are saying about it. But yeah, we're doing the Champions League tomorrow, so let's see. We have spelling wrong. I hate contact agents. We'll see what happens, but good luck to Felipe Luis. But I know that all the Flamengo fans will be hoping. Let's see what happened. Let's see what they're saying on Twitter in the past couple minutes. 1 minute ago, this guy just said it just right now. Can I not translate? Wait, can I not translate this? No. I need to translate. Come on. Big up to this guy. Not stinking, bro. Yep, of course. Born to Portugal. Higher, yeah. Alright, let's see if they could translate this post. Leandro becomes the first Venezuelan coach, even though technically he's supposed to be another Portuguese coach. It's like Jorge Jesus, but technically first Venezuelan just because he was born. Yep, coming to the biggest club in Brazil. Cruzeiro fans are calling him Jazz. That's true. So basically, yeah, he plays with a 4-3, a 4-3-3 or 3-2-1. Big up. Yeah, the Lightning, bro. I just saw it. Like, why are both of our teams been trash? Even after this event, even though I've been scraping by wins. But this is what Not Cruzeirense says. He says go for 4-3-3. Yeah, that's true. That's what he did with that defensive block and that attacking as well with Kyle Jardim up top. And listen, I may not understand tactics of that well of the game. I mean, I should. Or 4-3-1 for bounce. Now Jardim can. Absolutely, and I think he should. That's probably the best solution. Big up to Not Cruzeirense. Big up to Not Cruzeirense. Like, so I want to wait and see what happens. All right, let's see what else they say. Someone just tweeted exactly 17 minutes ago. The only thing Leo Jardim when he complains a lot about Brazilian referees, he's one makes sense when he left the complaint. Okay, yeah, that's true. You can say that. Because Flamengo may get the favorable calls, even though Palmeiras had the word. Unlike Felipe Luis's team, which passions to create spaces, Leo Jardim will not. That's true. Aggressive. That's true. At least that's true. Versus a team that goes like more so in the middle and into defense, basically. At least. And that's true. And don't forget, like Leo Jardin's game is like even though at best, whenever they do feel like they do want to play like I would say attacking mind football like Hansi Flick or Luis Enrique style ball into like, pounding, of course, which Flamengo just did yesterday, just to get off the pressure. Let's see if they do it. But honestly, my thoughts, I thought they should have, if they were going to sack Felipe Luis, they should have either done from December, bring in either Leandro or Arthur Jorge from there. Because Jorge Jesus wasn't going to be available at this time. Still busy coaching El Nasa. Reports that if he's still going to be there or not. So it was just going to be unlikely. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Leandro. You feel confirmed him. This is a copy paste. Yep, which we all know. Sacking the replacement earlier. That's true. Sacking delayed. All dudes know the replacements. Oh, so you're telling me they haven't even had a plan back in Thursday or Friday? That's probably the reason why, and it took them until today. Well, Leandro was available since he resigned in December, even though it is more pressurized than Cruzado. So yeah, Cruzado didn't got fired or anything. He basically resigned for his own personal reasons, his own health reasons, like Titi. And Everton Titi replaced freaking Leandro, and look at how they're going. It's freaking getting worse. And then if we're seeing that finish 20th, and then with almost a full TT season finished off. Well, Flamengo did finish third. Well, the remainder was Felipe Luis. But they had those opportunities instead of just freaking killing off the game. I hope Leandro does some toughness, bro. He's going to have a lot to say. Leonardo Jardim, but I say Leandro. That's how I pronounce it. That's how I pronounce it. So yeah, I've been saying the word Leandro constantly in this stream for the first time. But yeah. Oh, nice goal! Who scored? The Sharks! Yeah! Yes! Nice. So yeah. We'll see what happens. Come on, who gets it in? Let's go. 1-1, right? Alright, Leo Jardim will be the film starting tomorrow. Demands tomorrow, of course. He'll show them Flamengo's curse and make it clear. Absolutely, exactly. And I think he should do that. And I agree to Dan Rodriguez. So yeah. Yeah, he looks like exactly like Zidane and Slot. Just because of how bold they go. You know, some bold managers they go. Well, nothing against, but like they just have like an idea build up, bro. So let's see how our version of Portugal's version of potential Zidane happens / Venezuelan slot basically. Let's see, or vice versa. Leandro Jardim arrives on the night on this Tuesday. So has his plane landed before exactly? And because he got that job already. Because remember, Sunday's the final, and I think we will be here. 1-1, come on. Who scores that open play goal? Who scored that? Nice. But yeah, big up Moss. But the moderation should be back soon. It's not in this stream. And Dennis USA says nobody any good for Flamengo. The hard truth will be just has lost 3 games in a row in Brazil. And I know a lot of people are not confident, bro, like this guy, which I understand. Yeah, he did lost 3 games in a row, and I forgot where was it. Or he was winless in the last 3 games. So I kind of understand some. Yeah, but I mean, I want to wait and see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see. Who knows? He could just cook, bro. Yeah. Let's see if our version of the Venezuelan Portuguese version of Zidane and Slot. Let's see. Maybe. Let's hopefully. Who scored for the Sharks? Nice. Come on, Sharkies. Get them. Get them. I'm going to try. So, yeah, let's see. Because this should be some type restrictions then. So they at least maybe a little bit open. And they know this. So we'll see what happens with Jorginho, Ascayeta, and Lucas Paqueta. Flamengo, in my opinion, should go for a dynasty, in my opinion. Depends. Very much love. That's true. Felipe Luis was loved by his own players. Because he's like that main leadership of guy. But the frustration was just on the pitch, not playing well. And Leandro will come with a different, stricter mindset. So will that happen? That was the question. I think it'll take to get along. So we'll see what happens, but let's see the vibes because you don't want to see the Batman managing some toughness because they need this. So let's see. Let's see, because Leandro he is joining a better team, just because Flamengo, of course, has the better squad. And don't forget, Felipe Luis. Don't forget. Oh, is that penalty? Is that a penalty for Meows, Cows, Pumas? Is that a pen? They're all demanding penalty, and they're having a look as the referee just stops there and thinks of him, wants to talk to one of the players. If that was a dive or not, I couldn't see that. Is that a penalty? Well, the fans were yelling. They're saying, "Ah!" Oh, come on, my battery's low. Look at how fast my battery goes down. Like, it's a joke. So, yeah, let's finish off. That's a pen, right? The only truth is, this Cruzeirense says, brought Flamengo. The Flamengo put drop out of competition and Cruzeiro wins everything. Oh, this Cruzeirense thinks Felipe Luis will go Cruzeiro and wins everything. And at Flamengo, he thinks Leandro will fall off. I know he hasn't won any trophies. This is why we gotta wait and prove until Sunday. I thought Jorge will be the best solution. Yeah, so they're saying already Leandro Jardim has already revived in Rio de Janeiro. He gave the country. And goal. That was a pen. Puma scored. Ah! Faster than Botafogo. Just like the Sharks. God! Come on. But yeah, rivals. So we'll see. All right, so we'll be watching closely. So, yeah, we'll see what he does. I haven't done a lineup predictor builder, or no one has done it. So, yeah. So before I end the stream, let's see. I don't know if I'm allowed. The fans are pissed off, but ignore the press and waiting. Already?
Do Flamengo.
Just not trying to get copyrighted, bro. But yeah, that's what they say, but go check them out. But we'll see what happens with Leandro. The tactical shift, 3 members. So let's see how they do, but that better fix the squad, bro. So yeah, I think that's all I gotta say, I guess. Leandro. Let's see how he does. Who knows? He could be surprising everyone. It's either going to be a mid-off season, maybe 1-2 trophies, or an amazing season, and then kills and silence all the haters and cooks with everyone. Because all the Flamengo fans want to see was success, or we get to see bad events. Anything could happen. But all I gotta say, good luck to Felipe Luis to his journey. Good luck to Flamengo. We will be here this Sunday likely, as long as no plans changes of anything. But yeah, Leandro, I think this guy's gonna cook, in my opinion. Let's see how defensive they could go. I think Leandro has a good shot of proving himself in Brazil. Who knows? He might actually be the main guy. Who knows? Flamengo could be back in the Intercontinental Cup later this year. Who knows? Anything could not be ruled out or guaranteed, but it could happen. Because don't forget, like I said, the good defensive structures in all the big games, even a good medium size like Cruzeiro is incredible. Let's see if that transition that to Flamengo. And try to win these big games Honestly, yeah, to win all these big games. All these big important games. So yeah, and get that winning mentality. Win every single game. I think that's all I gotta say. So, any final questions? Or you want to end off the stream? I'll be watching closely at the Sharks game. Use the restroom. Talk to Dax. Trying to finish up something. Try to get everything done. Talk to this. But yeah, I think I said everything about Felipe Luis. He's been sacked. No longer Flamengo's manager. And we'll see what happens in the next coming days. 2 weeks, but the next few days. Even tomorrow, we should get an update about something. But Arthur Jorge, I don't know what has happened to him. I thought they could have bring him in. Is he busy? Let me see. Not the play. Because of how they do this. Yeah, they could have even kept him. How he trains, like yeah. They could have let Arthur Jorge take over. Let's look up Botafogo, man. But yeah, we haven't heard anything from him. I thought they probably would have bring them. And there were Flamengo fans that were making a post about him. And an edit, like, sure. This Cruzeirense anime profile says. But we'll see what happens. The Cruzeirenses are asking they want. Since Leandro isn't going to come back. Arthur Jorge, coach of Al Qatar, the answer to approach in the Middle East. Even though, oh shoot, this guy's actually at Qatar, bro? Is he coaching one of the teams in Qatar? Is that true? Interesting. Despite the crossfire, and look at with the United States. With this, it's not sustainable. No offense. This is why it's just not looking good. We're gonna have to do an emergency meeting about the World Cup. But anyways, guys, like and subscribe. I'm out. Thanks.